we still haven't figured out where to store the waste. You know, a number of governments that are using nuclear energy have just designated a spot to store it.
Yeah.
But in our society, we need to consult with the community. We need to do studies, and eventually, every community says we don't want it near us.
Right.
So we still haven't got a spot to store that waste. If you want it in a remote area, you've got to transport it to that remote area.
Right.
Anyway, it's a very challenging. And when I mentioned biofuels, that's another discussion we didn't have on this show, but separately, because your carbon footprint reduces using the renewable of wood pellets, for example. But then the question becomes, where did those wood pellets come from?
Yeah.
How many trees have to be cut down to get that? Well, trees are renewable resources, yes, but they won't grow to that size for another 60 years. There's all these, levels or it's the onion, all these layers involved in these things.
Because the argument with the biofuels, just looking it up, the argument with the biofuels is that the plant has already taken carbon out of the air, so it offsets the carbon that it puts back in. It's done a give and take as a plant, essentially.
Yeah. Well, if you look at corn and you can, grow corn quickly, but if you look at a forest, it takes a lot longer to reforestation, whatever the correct term is. So
yeah,
that's another issue with if you're trying to lobby that ethanol goes from 10 to 20% of fuel, how much more land are you going to have to clear for agriculture that isn't even for, like, obviously there's animals that eat corn and that as well, but a lot of times it's simply being made for ethanol fuel production facilities.
Right.
And then if you look at like what happened in Australia when they went and they cleared a whole bunch of agricultural land, and they, like Roy's saying, those forests don't grow back very fast. That's a way longer process. So it seems like there would be a way, again, the balancing act of, bringing in these smaller nuclear reactors and not having so much going into agriculture when it could easily be offset somewhere else.